Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your daily tarot reading. Thank you for joining me in this reading. I'm going to be using the Light Seers deck and the Lover's Oracle deck for the reading today. So remember to take what resonates and to leave behind whatever you feel does not from the reading. So let's find out what messages come through with the cards. So the first card we have is the Hermit. With the Hermit card, you could be dealing with a Virgo. And next we have the Moon card. With the Moon card, you could be dealing with a Pisces. And finally, we have the Four of Pentacles. So with the Four of Pentacles, you could be dealing with an Earth sign. So a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. So with this card, you could be dealing with a Earth sign again. Okay, so with the Six of Pentacles showing up in the reverse at the bottom of the deck, with this card, I'm getting that there could be perhaps some kind of a halt in the connection and a halt in what feels like the flow, the free flow of this connection. And I'm getting that that is perhaps something that comes out of perhaps somebody being in a place whereby they aren't able to contribute as much of their time as they used to when it comes to this connection. Perhaps they are at a place right now whereby there's a lot of work that is perhaps calling them at this time, or they may be giving their attention to other things as well, but I'm seeing some kind of pressure that is causing them to kind of move away from being able to be 100% present in this connection, and it can start to feel somewhat one-sided, as if there is an imbalance as far as the flow in this connection. And I am seeing that that is something that is perhaps beginning to kind of stifle the flow as far as how the people in this connection may be perceiving it. So one or both people may be starting to feel that pressure, and it could be something that's weighing on them right now. And with the Hermit card, with this card, I'm seeing somebody who has perhaps taken some time out to be able to perhaps spend some time in a more secluded space. This is showing that somebody may be perhaps in a state of being more withdrawn at this time. And I'm seeing that with that need to be withdrawn, it's not an act of selfishness or an act of being able to perhaps hurt somebody or anything like that. This is something that is personal and is something that is necessary at this time. So I'm seeing that perhaps someone in this connection may be an introvert, and they may need that time to be able to recharge. And I'm seeing that with this pulling back, this could also be what is leading to some issues as far as perhaps in this connection. With the Moon card showing up next, I'm seeing there seems to be some kind of a perception of why the other person is behaving the way that they are behaving. So it's pre-assumed. So there could be a lack of communication, and it could be leading to a lack of clarity as far as this connection goes. So with this card, I'm really seeing that things get very complex and perhaps even foggy in this connection. And that is because of perhaps these built up pre-assumptions about why somebody is acting the way they are acting in a connection. And I'm seeing that being something that is perhaps leading to the Six of Pentacles energy in the reverse, which is like some kind of a halt in this connection or some kind of break in the balance. And I'm seeing with the Four of Pentacles that the other person or both people in this connection could be in a state whereby they feel like they may need to withdraw, but it's coming from a place of insecurity with that Four of Pentacles. So somebody may be feeling as though they need to hold on to everything that they don't feel free enough to share in this connection. And I'm seeing them having a massive withdrawn kind of reaction, and that is stemming from a place of insecurity rather than a place of vengeance and wanting to hurt another person. So with these cards, I'm getting what really can lead to this connection being able to perhaps restore that balance and that flow is being able, somebody needs to be able to take the first step and be able to perhaps express the feeling that they have, and being able to express how they are, what is making them insecure. So this requires some kind of vulnerability on one or both of the people in this connection's part. So I am getting with that Moon card, this is showing that this connection is one that is a lot of depth. it has a lot of love. It is one that is very romantic in nature. And I'm seeing also two kindred spirits with the moon card, because this is a card that shows a very deep kind of a connection with a person. It's very strongly rooted as well. And I'm getting that perhaps with this card, what is happening is that there's a little bit of a loss of control due to the illusions of these added layers of these pre-assumptions when it comes to how another person is acting. So I'm also getting that perhaps to some level you and this other person may be different, in the sense of perhaps one person may be an introvert, one person may be an extrovert. So there is that little difference that perhaps the other person may not be very aware of, and it could be leading to them assuming from their understanding, but that person is only perhaps speculating and making a judgment from their place of understanding. So with being able to open up and to come forward and to even be vulnerable to some extent, as far as being able to share how you are feeling, I am getting that that could be an allowance for being able to perhaps move the connection closer and bring in that togetherness back into this connection, which I am seeing is perhaps at the roots of this connection. So with the Hermit card, this is all about being able to introspect as well. So with this card, and perhaps taking some time out or being in a space whereby you perhaps are more withdrawn, I'm seeing that that is perhaps a realization that you come to, is how to be able to open up and it reveals how you're feeling with another person, or being able to understand how another person is feeling. And I'm getting that that could really be leading back to the initial strong connection that you once had with that moon card. So that Four of Pentacles, I'm seeing a connection that is very close. It's like there is a very strong bond here, and it isn't one that's easy to break. I'm seeing that nobody wants to leave this connection, and that nobody wants it to end. And that isn't the direction that I'm getting with this connection. I'm just seeing a need to be able to perhaps open up to one another. And I'm seeing that is something that this other person may be doing soon as well. And I'm also seeing that with the Hermit card, that may be also something that may be happening with you in this connection as well. So that Four of Pentacles, this shows a very strong bond that is kind of like a tie and is hard to break. So with this card showing up, this is showing a desire to hold on to the connection and to not let it does not break in the face of any difficulties. So I'm just seeing a bit of a rough patch or a misunderstanding with the Moon card, because with the Moon card, this is a card that shows that things are not as they seem. So I am getting that with that Six of Pentacles card showing up in the reverse. That may be what it feels like or what it looks like, but it is not necessarily where this other person in this connection is coming from. And with the Moon card, this is about being able to sift through those layers in order to get through the complexity of the situation. And with the Hermit card, this is a card that also shows a lot of wisdom and also a lot of learning. So I'm seeing that with this connection, you may be going through a phase where perhaps you are being exposed to a different side to this other person, and this other person is being exposed to a different side to you. And on top of that, you could also be being exposed to a different side to yourself as well. And I'm seeing a lot of learning, and it is strengthening this connection as well. So I'm going to pull out a card from the Lover's Oracle deck. So I'm going to pull out 3 cards, one for this connection, one for you, and one for another person that is involved in this connection as well. So I'm going to start with a card for you, Sagittarius. So this is the card that came out. It says, criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. Okay, so with this card, I'm getting the message about being able to hold space for a different perspective on a situation other than yours. So I'm also getting that perhaps you may also be in a situation whereby there could be some criticism that's going on. So that could be passively. It could also be blatantly and in your face with the literally having some kind of arguments or disagreements through verbal exchanges. With this card, this is all about being able to hear another person out as well, and also being able to hold space for their version of events, and also being able to reconcile that with your version of events, and also coming to some kind of a middle ground whereby you can find some acceptance and also expand on this connection without any judgments. Okay, so I'm going to pull out a card for the other person in this connection. So this is the card that came out, and it says transformation. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. Okay, so with this card, I'm also seeing this card pertaining to that Four of Pentacles as well as that Moon card. So with the Moon card, because it is all about being able to reach a deeper level in this connection, and I'm seeing the Moon card as a card that shows a very deep connection that's shared and felt between two people. But with the Four of Pentacles, this is all about holding on and wanting to be able to maintain something and not lose it. So with this card, and it's saying that things begin to deepen and the love conquers and transforms all things. This is about not letting go during a tough situation, but instead being able to perhaps even deepen and come back stronger with the transforming of all things through a difficult situation that you may encounter with another person. So I'm also getting this other person is not ready to let anything go. They are in a state whereby they want to be able to use this as a opportunity to perhaps even learn about this connection and to learn about you and to even better this connection. So I'm going to pull out a card for the overall reading and this overall connection. So this is the card that came out. It says healing. It says imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed this very moment. Okay, so with this card I'm getting that things get better, and I'm also getting that this is an opportunity for growth, and also an opportunity to learn more about the other person, and the other person also looks at it as if it's an opportunity to be also able to perhaps learn more about you. And I'm getting that this connection is one that can grow through this. And with this card being about healing, I'm getting that there could be some healing elements to it, as far as it being able to grow both of you in this connection, and also being able to lead to some kind of a transformation as far as it personally. So also with the Hermit card, and this being a card all about perhaps self-awareness and self-discovery, and also perhaps coming to learn some personal lessons as far as learning more about self. This could also be, this connection could be contributing to that journey as well, for you on a personal level, as well as for this other person on a personal level as well. So I am seeing things may be coming back full circle and making a turnaround with this healing card. Okay, so that is the message I am getting with these cards, Sagittarius. So I hope you have a wonderful day today, and I will speak to you in tomorrow's reading. Bye, Sagittarius.